आप पासपोर्ट ऑफिस में घुस रही हैं और आपको घुसने नहीं देंगे, बट दैट महादेव जी जो बाहर खड़े रहते हैं, उनसे अगर आप रोज़ प्यार से बात करेंगे कि महादेव जी আমাকে যেতে হবে দিন না বাবা দিতে, আমার একটা ভীষণ কেস আটকে আছে করে দিতে হবে, হি স্লোলি সে দিদি তো আসবেই যাবেই, লেট হার গো. My mother said, I was thinking of you appearing for your IAS exam and you want to become a stewardess. I have been in hospitality since I was 19 years old and soon I will be 75, and this long years in the hospitality industry, जितना मैंने दिया है ना उससे कई ज़्यादा मुझे वापस मिला है. So I suddenly had two men sitting next to me, one guy here, one guy here. They both held my hand and raised my hand and he said, she is going to be our chairman. We have learned for the last 50 years to come where we have come to, and we are ready to give that service to you.
Upaneeta, I'd love to describe you as a lady who is completely in control of herself, a go-getter in a different way.
The only thing is that each one does it differently.
Yes.
I did it a little differently from
I
the other
never wanted
state.
to be different, but I wanted to be, is what you said. That's beautiful.
I am what I am.
Yes.
You have to take some decisions at one time and say that I'm not going to float. I'm not going to float. I need to grow my root and find what I want to do. And as I keep saying, I realized one thing very early in life, that I wanted to be of help. I'm the kind, if I'm going on the road, you know, and if I see somebody not being able to cross the road, I will get off, help that person cross the road, and then I will go. Now don't think, a lot of people have said to me, oh, you give up your seats to somebody because you want to be a martyr. No, I don't.
No, exactly.
I just want to do it. That's it. And I have been in hospitality since I was 19 years old, and soon I will be 75, and this long years in the hospitality industry, जितना मैंने दिया है ना उससे कई ज़्यादा मुझे वापस मिला है. Now take for example Pranav. Why would he think of me? Why would he think of me? Isn't that being kind?
It's very
So
kind.
that's
No,
it, very
but you're
kind.
worth it, Upaneeta.
No,
you're worth it.
Let me tell you, in this nature, everybody has their place, and everybody is important at that place.
So agree.
Everybody is important at that place. The people who are taking our pictures, the person who's taking my interview, and the matter that we are speaking about, it has a place. It has a place.
I can't disagree with this project, I'm being honest. I was thinking about this project since a year.
My goodness,
Since
that's
a
long
year,
time.
I'm
That's a long time.
thinking about it, what best to do, find the right partner till global destinations. Literally believed in this project. It's a very unique project. And to believe in something like that, it shows their foresight.
There was a workforce before us. The only thing was, there was no variation in the workforce. The workforce was either a teacher or a doctor or the government services. That is it. We couldn't think of going beyond. Imagine me going and telling my mother that, Mom, everybody is applying for the airlines job. I'm going to apply and become a stewardess. My mother said, I was thinking of you appearing for your IAS exam and you want to become a stewardess. I said, I don't know if I want to become, but everybody is applying. I also want to apply. And I applied, and lo and behold, I got it.
And you flew Indian Airlines.
Indian Airlines, and I flew. But yes, after 2 years or so, I realized that this is not what I want to continue to do. I wanted to get back to studies a little more. I wanted to do things a little differently, let me tell you, it was not the money, because the kind of money we made at that time, the men didn't make. So when we married men who were getting 1/10 of what we were getting perhaps.
Really?
Yes, because when we got married, our husbands used to get salary of 800 rupees or 1000 rupees. Let the audience know that, because that's the kind of, yes, okay. That is it. And when I came to Calcutta and I wanted a job, nobody knew me, as I said. Nobody knew me. I had to find a place, and Calcutta is very different, you know. It's such a small city, and at that time it was a very very corporate city,
Yes.
very corporate.
Yes.
So we had corporate chairmen and managing directors, and all the companies were here. There was Dunlop, there was Shaw Wallace, there was big offices of Price Waterhouse, there was Lipton, there was Philips, there was ICI, there was Jensen Nicholson, there was Berger Payne. I mean, I can keep talking. GKW, there were so many. Indian Aluminium. I mean, there were so many, so many.
Kolkata was a corporate hub.
Yes, and it was maybe in 75 it was becoming slower,
Yes.
but it was still there. That is where I got my first break with Oberoi's. And
Oberoi Hotels.
Oberoi Hotels. And you laugh. I joined at 500 rupees.
No, I'm not laughing.
500 rupees is what I got. And then I made a switch to the first travel company that I joined in 77 or 78. And I worked there for 2-3 years. It was a small company, but gave me enough space to learn, because I had to build things from the very beginning. And then, you know, sometimes you are lucky. Mother Nature, you know, takes care of you. And somebody in Air India, they suggested my name to a big company in Kolkata. So, and I joined this company. And I worked with them for 10 years, a glorious 10 years. That is the time when, while sitting around a table, going through a TAAI meeting, we were just 32 members and I was the only girl, only lady.
TAAI Kolkata
in
meeting.
a TAAI Kolkata meeting. 32 members and I was the only lady. And there was some kind of a small mini war going on between who's going to be the president.
Oh.
So I suddenly had 2 men sitting next to me, one guy here, one guy here. They both held my hand and raised my hand, and he said, she is going to be our chairman.
The TAAI president.
For the Eastern India. So I think I had to be the secretary that year, and then again the next year I became the TAAI chairman. Now the thing is that this wouldn't have happened if, as I said to you, that this wouldn't have happened if all this wouldn't have fallen in place.
Of course.
Isn't it?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's all.
I'm not saying it's preordained, but
Yes,
the thing
yes.
is, you take your steps.
Yes.
And as you take your steps, things just fall into place.
Yes.
See, this industry was very different. We have seen other ladies who were managers of, you know, who were the people who were working in the travel industry at that time? People who were well connected.
Is it?
Some well connected ladies, because they could bring you business. Okay. You had to go to the corporates and get you business, you know. They were not, everybody couldn't go inside a corporate office and conduct themselves and talk to the chairmans and talk to the directors and all. So now when we came in, that started sliding down a little bit, but we learned from them. Oh. That you cannot take away. They were, I remember a lot of names who, when they walked into corporate houses, everybody would practically stand still.
Wow.
Not only were they beautiful, but they carried themselves beautifully.
Beautiful.
We came from reading ABCs and writing itineraries and working out fares. This is what we did, to something that changed dramatically. And there was something which was called an internet, and there was this box which came in front of you. But I still think, you know, if you ask me, that box in front of you has taken away a lot from you. That emotion that you put when you sit and talk to a client, the client sees the emotion on your face. And you see the customer's emotion on his face. Now when they come to you, you have a computer in front of you. He doesn't know how to look at you like this or like that, doesn't know which way to go, because you're not really looking completely you know, at him. So that is a barrier. And if the customer is not coming to your office, which is happening very often now, you're talking on the phone, then you have to be a master speaker to modulate your voice to put the emotion in it. Unless you interact, I thought that we could not explain to just trying to put the hype. See, we didn't know, the customer doesn't know where he wants to go. He just wants to go to Rome.
Yes.
And thanks to these airlines, they used to take us on fam trips. So our fams were like writing down everything.
Oh,
everything.
Every lady said this. Every lady of your era
Yes.
is telling me with pen and paper.
Pen and paper. Wherever we went. Yeah. I'll give you an example. You go to Rome and you learnt that, we didn't have enough money because the customers were not allowed a lot of foreign exchange. So I realized that when I came back and I said, listen, you go to the railway station, and I still remember it by heart. Go to the railway station. Just outside the railway station, you will find a tobacconist. And that shop, he sells the tickets for the buses. There is a bus which is number 54. You get onto that bus, and that bus goes to all the historical sites. So you don't pay for a taxi. You take this, you go to the first point, then you go to the second point, then you go to the third point, and this is how you travel. So we were like, the people who could assist our customers to go. Well, what internet has definitely done it has made it a lot more easier for people to, but what it has taken away is that I wouldn't like to call that anybody is not fit to be in the travel trade, but today if a person wants to, he can just work out of a computer and say that I am a travel agent. It needed a lot more to be a travel agent. To stand in a queue in the Reserve Bank every day to get a P form cleared. Because if I couldn't get P form cleared, there will be another person from McKinsey or from Mercury or from Sita's who would be standing there. He'll get his P form cleared and he'll get the business. Because Dunlop has so much business to give. They have so much business to give, but I have to be the first one to stand there and say, I need my P form cleared, because without a P form clearance, there's no travel. Nobody can come in. So, this is a great learning, these interactions with people at the Reserve Bank, at the passport office, at the grassroots level, to be friends with everybody. This makes you a different human being. Totally. You somehow come down from where you were sitting all this time, and you know that आप passport office में घुस रही हैं और आपको घुसने नहीं देंगे, but that महादेव जी जो बाहर खड़े रहते हैं, उनसे अगर आप रोज प्यार से बात करेंगे कि महादेव जी আমাকে যেতে হবে দিন না বাবা দিতে, আমার একটা ভীষণ কেস আটকে আছে করে দিতে হবে, he slowly say দিদি তো আসবেই যাবেই, let her go, because we don't have an industry status, we have no norms. We have no basic training that is required to get into this industry. Girls and boys are coming out of the institutes, various government institutes or other institutes. Most of them are going into the hotel industry. Very few are coming into the travel, because the travel agency those days, if you sold a ticket for 1 lakh of rupees, you would get 9,000 rupees, right? Yeah. Today you sell a ticket of 1 lakh of rupees, you get 0%, you get nothing. So you can only get, somebody says, I will charge 3,000. Somebody says, she's charging you 3,000, I will charge you only 2,000. Then there will be somebody next door who will say, they're charging you 2,000, I will charge only 500. So what we have done is we are constantly bringing down our status. So how can you keep you, I'm talking about me and people like me, how do we keep our status? We keep our status by being equal with the customer, by making the customer understand that we are similar to you, we understand what you are saying, we want to give you the service that you are looking at, we don't belong to that class which doesn't understand. We have learned for the last 50 years to come where we have come to, and we are ready to give that service to you. And that is why your customer still stays with you, because he trusts you. You may be a little more expensive, but you know that if there is a problem, even in the middle of the night, if I call her up at 2:30, she will pick up the phone and say, okay, I am here to help you, stay there and I will find a way. And this is what has made us different. It was, if you ask me this question as a journalist, that was it difficult to fight for your place in the men-dominated world? I don't think it was difficult, but the only thing is that at one stage, in the very beginning of our careers, a woman was looked at as an object. You had to change that look of the customer.
So beautiful.
Because they were not used to seeing women in the marketplace coming to sell a product which doesn't show. It's not a pen I'm selling. It's not a Hoover I'm selling. It's not a sari I'm selling.
It's
I'm
intangible.
Intangible. Completely. So I'm selling something that you are just dreaming of.
Sure.
It can go wrong. It can be right. So he's also gambling with you, right? Giving it to you and hoping that you will do well. So if you cannot give that confidence to the customer, why will the customer come to you? No. You always need to operate from a position of strength. You cannot operate from a position of weakness. That means you don't know your job. You don't know your job.
You nailed this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you have to. And the industry will go through. This is an industry. Anything happens in the marketplace, this industry gets hit first. Now say take example COVID for 3 years. Then you think of today's war. It started affecting. It will affect. With the stock market going down, the way it is going down, you think people will travel?
Absolutely.
They will not.
It's a cycle. It's an ecosystem.
So when you talk of we the women who have done it, and I admire all those women all over the country who have done it, but I also want to tell you, don't make us special. We've just done everything like every other man. We have just done it, and the only thing is we created a little space for ourselves. We asked for that space. They gave us a little space to put our toe in, and we created a space for ourselves. Well, a lot of people say that the travel industry will shrink. I don't think it will shrink. What is going to happen is it's going to evolve.
Yeah,
it's going to evolve into something different, something that I have never seen, or something that you have never seen, and something that we are not able to imagine at today's
today's times. Absolutely.
I once went for the International Luxury Tourism Mart in Cannes, and there were some more Indians. It was an invitation. So, and I do handle some luxury business. And I was sitting in the third or the fourth row of that big hall, and there was this lady, she was speaking, and she said, all of you who believe that internet is not going to harm your business, then you've really got your head in the sand. Take it out.
Agree
it's
with
going
her.
to change.
Agree with her.
Things are going to change, and it is going to change so quickly that you will not know what hit you. And do you remember how quickly people changed to the computer? How quickly people adapted to the computer.
Oh wow, no, absolutely. You can't be in, as they say, in a shell. AI is happening, certainly accept AI, but as you said, you cannot give away or compromise on the human touch.
That is it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I understand
that confidence comes only when you are good at what you are doing.
Yes. On this positive note, I just want to say, with nothingness comes everything. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this, not for, to support the series, just to support great stories. The stories of these industry legacy women, where they worked in a different era, are still relevant after 50 years. And that's the difference.